Hi, legends. What a pump and dump here from the price of Bitcoin. I personally was expecting a little bit higher, but then we saw local 𝗬𝗍 and all hell broke loose and we fell here off the cliff. Hence the thumbnail, cliff diving, right? This structure was just not a 5-wave structure, a nice little ABC here to the upside, levels balance, and now we're finding a dump here to the downside. Do we still have a chance to go and claim the local high at $62,700, give or take? Or are we just going to continue the momentum here to the downside and go and take the low at $49,300? Legends, welcome to the live stream. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin together. Smash up the like on your way in. It's your way to show love towards the channel and me being here, educating it, bringing you guys the alpha over here. And let me say hi to the community that's joining here at the moment. Mr. Roman Yellow, hi, welcome to the stream. Mr. Bullseye, hope you're all having an amazing day. Yes, beautiful day here. King Kong, hi Devil, welcome. Ghost, I saw you there in Andy's live stream as well. Welcome. I believe Auto Addict, hey Hannes, welcome. Hello my brother, all the way there from Vogel in South Africa. Hi Devil, like smashed, thank you so much. Who else? Ali Sal, hello Devil, nice to see you. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, thanks for your support, thanks for being on the stream. And what a dump here to the downside. Whoever caught that short, congratulations. Let's dive in and start the wheels turning over here. Auto detect, not an addict. Right, legends, let's analyze the price of Bitcoin. I mean, I'm just looking at the larger time frame over here. You know, sometimes when in doubt, zoom out, see where we are. You can see where we are struggling. So this entire range that we've been in since March, what an unbelievably long range that we've been in, okay? And you know, this is why yesterday I discussed some of the bullish case scenarios and got, you know, a bit of hopium out there. But I did state that the bullish scenarios carries lower probabilities. So today, let's look at the bullish case scenario. I mean, we cliff diving here at the moment. Everyone's bearish. We're going down to $30,000. This is what I'm hearing at the moment. And as soon as we get a green candle like last night here to the upside, we're going to $100,000. It's just never ever ceases to amaze me how small little price actions like this, okay, candles to small little price actions to the upside, to the downside, can create so much emotion in the market. Okay, but you can see, ladies and gentlemen, how we are struggling to get acceptance back inside the range. This will be a really bullish sign for the bulls to still have a chance for us, okay, to come and claim this $70,000 area. You want to see acceptance back inside the range from a larger time frame perspective. You want to see a consolidation, okay, maybe building up that strength and that spring here to the upside. You want to retest it as support and you want to continue the momentum here to the upside. You want to get acceptance back inside the range. As soon as you have acceptance back inside the range, you do increase the probabilities of coming to tap the top of the range once again, okay? But I mean, we need to talk about the point of control as well. Often what happens is you reject by the point of control where the most amount of volume was traded, and then you find a rejection back to the downside. Okay, but it's all just a game of probabilities at the end of the day. So, legends, I just wanted to start here from a larger time frame perspective and acknowledge where we are at the moment. So as you can see, I've got the levels marked out here. And we have struggled. We have not gotten acceptance back inside the range, okay? Bam, we lost the level. Now the question is, can we still find strength inside of the structure to move to the upside? There's another bearish case scenario that I would like to share with everyone today. So stay tuned to not miss out on the alpha where, okay? This scenario does carry lower probabilities. And I am still in the camp until invalidated, and I will show you where my invalidation levels are, is that for now, and I know this looks bearish as hell, okay? For now, I'm still in the camp that we have a higher probability. It's all just a game of probabilities. And probabilities do shift with how much data I have available to analyze the chart. But for now, even with this dump here to the downside, there is still a higher probability to come and take the high first before we take the low. And then after we take the high, then we'll analyze the price of Bitcoin together. And I have highlighted those bearish case scenarios as well. The one scenario I want to highlight today, since we got this little rejection over here, is that there is another bearish case scenario where we do not claim this high. And we fall down and claim the low. So for the bears out there, this is what you want to see, and this is what you want to look out for. So I will discuss that scenario today. Okay, that got me. Ghostly by Jason Bitwood. Hello, 𝗬𝗍𝗍, what we're looking like today. Like we're going to analyze the price of Bitcoin here together. We can go and spend a little bit of time inside of this structure. It's like I told the legends in our Discord community this morning as well, is that I often like to go back to trading opportunities like what happened over here. Okay, and go and see how I could have traded it better if I got stopped out, or I took profits too soon, or my stop loss was in the wrong place. It's always good to go and analyze a trading zone where you potentially missed out on the trade, to see that how can you trade that price action better the next time. So we can go and analyze this price action here together as well, just a little bit to see, well, what could we have looked out for to catch the short here to the downside. Okay, so let's zoom in here onto the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and let's look at this structure. I can switch some of these levels off. Okay. Sin Games, I'm still thinking we dropped to 55k, 53k before a pump to 67, 70k, then dump to 40 to 37 pump to all-time high. Could be November, could be December. Yes, definitely a possibility. Okay, we have to acknowledge, right? We have to acknowledge that this structure still looks bearish. Okay, there's no 5 impulsive structures, waves to the upside. You can go and force 5 wave counts in here. Okay, not pretty, but what I would like to see from the structure, okay, when I highlighted this structure over here, so let's just do a little bit of a recap. Let me stay on the 4 hours so everyone can see the candles a little bit more clear, and just show everyone what I'm still currently looking at. Okay, even with this nice dump here to the downside, not the bad patterns, the WXY, no, not the big one. Sorry guys, I just need to find that bearish count that I had saved here somewhere. Local bearish, yeah, here we go. Okay, legends, this is still in the making. Okay, unfortunately, okay, if this is a WXY correction where you still expect us to take the high, I did mention, okay, that the X, if we lose this low, I will simply drag my X to the new low, and we can still have a larger WXY structure. So this is the little bit of hopium that we have, that we can still go and claim this high. And for now, this structure still carries a higher probability than the structure that I'm about to share with you after this one. Okay, because the reason this structure still carries higher probabilities is that if you are looking for impulses to the downside, this just looks awfully corrective. Wouldn't you agree? This looks really impulsive, even if it's a 3-wave structure, and this looks really corrective, sideways momentum. All these 3-wave structures inside of here, no 5-wave structures. And also remember, the probabilities that I also always share from a Fibonacci perspective is when you build impulses, okay, when you build impulses to the upside, you want to see a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These waves should not overlap. You want to see 5-wave structures. You want to see a maximum target of the 786, okay, when your first wave forms. So when you do this in reverse, okay, if you are bearish and you want us to go and just fall here to the downside and go and claim the low, where's the bearishness inside of this structure? Because when I take a fib, a normal fib, okay, So maybe this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going to tank down here because this can't be a 1, 2, 3. Where's the 3? We didn't go low enough for a third wave here to the downside. Also, when I take a fib, you can see, right, we tapped the 0.88. Very rare target. So if you want to form a 1, sorry, I put my fib in the wrong place. Okay, so that did hit the 786. Let me just correct myself. Okay, this did hit the 786. Okay, but now you want to see a third wave here to the downside. Why did we stop over here? Okay, we shouldn't have stopped there. If this was an impulse of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you take the low, you go down lower. And then we started creeping here back to the upside. It doesn't make any sense to form impulses looking at this structure to the downside just as yet. Also, when I take a fib from this high to the low, we tap the 0.88. So some people are saying that no, this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, massive 3 here to the downside. We hit an uncommon target for a double 1, 2 combo. Really, like it's a very rare target for a second wave to hit, to form 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here to the downside. So, I mean, it's all just a game of probabilities. It's not invalidated. It just states that you lower the probability significantly when you tap the 0.88, increasing the probability that you will sooner or later take this high inside of this structure. Okay, whether you go down, you complete the X here, then you shoot up, you do increase the probabilities of claiming the high because you tap the 0.88. And then also, if you zoom into the daily structure, there's lots of 0.88 touches. Okay, so go just to refresh everyone that has not watched when I did this in the past, is that this structure since March also looks awfully corrective. Yes, there's still a possibility to come and take the low, but I don't see impulses. I mean, taking a fib here from the high to the low, we tap the 0.88. Okay, another one. Taking another fib here from the high to the low, we tap the 0.88. The first structure that we actually tapped, I think the 786 is this one over here. Oh, no, wait, we tapped the 0.88. Okay, so every retracement and wave here to the upside, every wave here to the upside tapped a rare second wave target, 88. So we have 3 0.88 touches over here, which tells me that the probabilities are still higher that this entire structure is still corrective. Remember what I said, what you want to see for impulses to shoot us to the downside is you want to see impulsive structures, no overlap, maximum target 786, ideally 50% 618 levels. Okay, this wave should not go into the territory of this wave. It needs to be like clear downwards impulsive structures to the downside, like we've seen with the impulsive structures to the upside. Okay, I mean, now this looks impulsive. Now look at this, beautiful structures to the upside. Okay, impulses to the upside, and this just still looks awfully corrective. Where's the impulses to the downside? Okay, so this structure, just to summarize, still looks corrective for now, even though there's a possibility to still come to claim the low once again. Okay, so going back onto the 4-hour time frame, this is just the picture that I wanted to paint over here, is to say that if we do, okay, when I take a fib here, let me just clean this up. If I take a fib here from the lows to the highs that we've created here at 62,700, give or take, okay, there's still a lot of important fib levels that we need to compete with the structure here to the upside. I just want to zoom in so everyone can see clearly. Let's do this. Zoom in here very nicely. Okay, cool. And let me make this a little bit thicker so everyone can see. Okay, there is still a lot of levels that we need to hit. We've hit the 0.382, but we didn't even tap the 50% yet. Okay, so even if we lose the structure here to the downside, we still have a 50% fib level I really like the 0.618 over here because there's a lot of liquidity below this low. And also usually when you have a start of an impulse here to the upside, this low is usually a key zone where you could expect a bounce. So if we fall here to the downside with absolute weakness, I want to see us find support in this zone to complete the X. Then we still have a potential for the Y wave here to the upside. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Right, so for now, there's still hopium in the structure that we can still come and claim the high over here. And I hope that I've explained it well enough to show you guys that this structure still looks very corrective and not impulsive to the downside. Okay, unfortunately, nothing is ever guaranteed in the market. It's all just a game of probabilities. Okay, so let's take this structure out the way, clean up the fibs, switch on some trend lines, and this is kind of where we're finding support here at the moment, but I think we're going to lose this trend. Okay, I am still looking at this bigger bull flag. So we have, just a recap, we have bullish CVD against this pivot, and the target is the high over there. Okay, we also have bullish CVD against this pivot and this pivot, of which the highest point is the target is the high. So we do have technical analysis that tells us that there's still a chance for us to go and claim the high, even with a dump here to the downside. Also, what I did is, you will notice from my live stream yesterday to today, my trend was over here. Okay, and then we had this beautiful breakout here to the upside, and when we started getting the dump here to the downside, I was like, no, hang on, something doesn't look right, because when I zoom into the 1 hour, okay, it actually makes more sense. And sometimes you have to adjust your trend to what the price action is giving you. Okay, so if I put my trend here, now this is where it becomes interesting, is that we had a little bit of a fake out here to the upside. We fell down and we retested this trend to perfection, and we got the dump to the downside. Okay, so for me now, this trend is more valid than the previous bull flag I had over there. Okay, so I am now looking at this bigger bull flag over here. We're smoking hopium again. I thought we were all in agreement that we are going to 30k and 9k and fill the CME gap. Definitely a possibility, right? But there's still so much that needs to happen before we can talk about $9,000 Bitcoin. Right. Okay, legends. Let's zoom into this structure and just see what we could have done better from a trading perspective. Also, I want to talk about the range highs and the range lows. Yes, they just play out all the time. Okay, so I mean, just summarizing or finishing off the conversation over here is we are now back in the flag, baby, right? Okay, small little fake out. I wouldn't be surprised if we find a little fake out to the bottom, okay, and then maybe we have the true breakout to the upside or to the downside. I don't really care. I mean, it's about observing the price reaction at each level to take those ultimate trading decisions. And I also just want to highlight, legends, I actually, okay, maybe from a spot back perspective, yes, I want the price to go up, and if we do go down, it means I can buy cheaper Bitcoin. I actually, like I said yesterday, I don't care if we go up or whether we go down. As long as I have all my levels marked out and levels of confluence, I can take an informed trading decision. Okay, let's zoom into the 15-minute time frame over here. And before I continue, remember, legends, down in the description of this video is where you get the biggest sign-up bonus by trading with Bluffin. No KYC required. Only takes a couple of minutes to sign up. It's also your way to support the channel, keep me here, by delivering the alpha every single day. Right. Let's zoom into this structure, okay? Just want to close this one thing on my computer that's very distracting. Okay, cool. Legends, you've always heard me talk about the range lows and the range highs. They are extremely powerful, and they've played out so many times during this entire range. But I'll just go back a couple of steps, you know, just to see how powerful they are. So when I look at this price structure over here, you have a nice pump here to the upside, okay? You have a nice pump here to the upside. The first low that you make after this pump is what I call the range low. That's your range low. And probabilities increase that if you tap it multiple times, or if you have price action consolidating below it, you're going to come fill the inefficiency, which we did. We filled the inefficiency. Okay. Next is we had a dump to the downside. Okay, where's my line? Oh, I already have it here. Okay, we had a dump here to the downside. You have a massive dump to the downside. The first high that you make, okay, was over there, and then you tapped it multiple times. You want to tap it once and move away. That's the rule of the strategy. You tapped it once, you tapped it twice. Yes, you did get a momentum away from it, but probabilities increase because you've tapped it twice. It's gonna come and fill the inefficiency at some point. It will fill the inefficiency at some point. So we got to move a mint away, and this is also where I entered a long trade when we got acceptance back here below the lows. I took profits in this region because I went to bed. I didn't want to leave the position open. Yes, I did miss out on a lot of upwards momentum here, but nonetheless, still a successful trade in the bag by longing this zone over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as soon as we got acceptance back above, I longed. And my stop was here below the low, and I took profits in this zone. Closed the trade, went to bed, and woke up to this insane bullish momentum here to the upside. We'll go and analyze that. I'm getting to the point, okay? But now you've increased the probabilities by tapping this line multiple times that you're going to come fill the inefficiency, which we did. Okay. Now, looking at this range over here, this is where my range low was. I think I did put it in here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. You can see there's my range low. I just want to switch off some of the other levels that I don't need. Okay. So what happens here? The rule for the strategy states, okay, you tap this line multiple times, and on the smaller time frame, if I zoom into the 5-minute time frame, we actually tapped it twice, okay, and we had high time frame candles close below. So I was watching this pivot for potential long, and I saw Andy was speaking about this pivot and this pivot for potential long, and we actually did get a nice little long from this pivot. Okay, nice little momentum here to the upside, but we got bearish CVD against that pivot and that pivot, confirming that you're going to take the low once again, right? So when we got the pump here to the upside and I saw the bearish CVD, I was like, that doesn't look good. Maybe this will be the level that's going to give us the bounce here to the upside. And then when you zoom into that price action, we tapped it once, we tapped it again, we closed a candle below, increasing the probabilities that you're going to come fill the inefficiency, which we did, and we actually went much lower. Okay, so usually what I would do in a situation like this is, if I see that we're losing the level, we're tapping it twice, high purple or red volume in your instance, depending on what your colors look like on your chart, I will short, okay, here to the downside, knowing that we are going to come and fill the inefficiency. The best shorting level, however, was this little pivot over here in confluence with bearish CVD, okay? So when I zoom in here, you can see nice little bearish CVD between those two pivots, okay? Sorry, between those two pivots, not that one. Let me just do this. Okay, bearish CVD. And bearish CVD is not something that you want to see, especially if you're playing a breakout here to the upside. So also, if I just clean up the chart over here, I was tracking this momentum. This morning during my Legends update, I was actually tracking this trend, okay? I took a little bit of a knock over here. I think it was this one, if I'm not mistaken, or was it this one? Right, I had a steep trend here on the 1-minute time frame here to the upside. So if I go into the 1 minute, this is the one trade that I got stopped out this morning. Okay, I saw the little breakout. I had a tight stop loss. I mean, it was such a tight stop loss. Okay, I like to rip out the one line trend strategy when I see momentum to the upside. I had a tight stop loss here below the low. I saw the breakout. I was like, okay, ideally what you want to see is break market structure. You want to see a nice little high, break the high over there, then a higher low for continuation. I gave it a shot and I got stopped out. Okay, and then I just sat on my hands and watched this entire thing play out. Okay, and then I adjusted my trend. we had a fake out to the upside, and I think there was also bearish CVD building up as price was moving up, and I was like, okay, still not a long for me. And then I adjusted my trend again. Okay, another fake out. And usually when you start getting 2 or 3 fake outs after each other, okay, there's something fishy going on, right? And then maybe that was the trend, I don't know, but you know, I think I had my trend at this level when Andy did his live stream, and then I saw that we SFP'd from this low over here, like just SFP'd from this low over here, nice little pump to the upside, and then bearish CVD. I was like, okay, it doesn't look good. Okay, and I think Andy also spotted the bearish CVD, and it's like, it doesn't look good. If we come back down low, okay, you've now broken market structure, which is tick number 1. You've broken market structure, you've taken the high over here. Now what you want to see is a higher low with bullish CVD, and there was just no bullish CVD, and we lost the trend. Okay, and now we are where we are. Okay, so lost the trend. I mean, as soon as you get acceptance back below the trend, this was another trading opportunity, is you put your stop above the high, you lose the trend, you target the lows and this area over here, and then based on what happened over here, I would have just left some of the position open for coming to fill the entire inefficiency over here. So this was actually a beautiful short. So that's why I always like to go back to price action to say that how can I trade this better the next time? Okay. You lose the trend, you can see you lose the trend, you have bearish CVD between those 2 pivots, and you lose this level, you come and fill the inefficiency, right? The range low that I've just spoken about. Okay, smash up the like for the education over here. Hope you're all enjoying the alpha. I think we're about to bounce back up right now. Okay, let's go back here onto the 15-minute time frame and see where we are. Just take this trend out the way, zoom in, let's see where we are. Yes, we are currently getting a nice little bounce. It's most probably the 618 level, if I'm not mistaken, taking a flip from the high to the low, or the low to the high. 618 golden zone area, and this was actually an old weekly level, was over here. So this white line that I have over here was actually an old weekly level, okay, where I counted this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful 5-wave structure. And then as soon as we got acceptance back above the low over here, I entered my long over here, and then we got momentum here to the upside. And during this range, okay, I was getting really tired. I don't like to leave positions open, and I closed my position over here. Okay, so for now we have lost trend. Okay, so I mean, there's diagonal support and there's also horizontal support and resistances. At the moment we have lost this trend. It looked like we wanted to lose it over here, but we had a deviation, we got acceptance back inside the trend, and we found upwards momentum. Now we are losing the trend over here, so that is a little bit of a bearish sign. Okay, you lose the trend, you retest it as resistance, and you find continuation back to the downside. So I don't know if I will long this area over here, but I mean, we are finding support by an old weekly level. Okay, you can see how we struggled to break through resistance, 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 resistance. You find acceptance back above and continuation to the upside, and now it's acting as support here at the moment inside of the golden zone between the 0.618 and the 786 is what I refer to as the golden zone. Okay, I just want to go and switch on some other levels to see that, well, do I have other levels of confluence that could confirm a bounce in this area? So a little bit further down, okay, a little bit further down, what I would like to see is we have a naked point of control in confluence with the 0.786. Okay, I really like to trade from areas of confluence and not to areas of confluence. Okay, alarms going off here. Mr. Phantom's most probably losing trend with this downwards momentum here. Okay, so we did tap the weekly level, but what I would like to see is this weekly level I can actually take out the charts. It's no more valid. It's already been tapped and tested. So we are a little bit here bearish. Okay, we have to acknowledge with that we are a little bit bearish. We have lost the trend. We're consolidating below. which is most probably a bear flag building up here. And the next area of interest is, for me, is the 786. If I want to see how price is going to react, do we get an SFP for a little bit of a recovery here back to the upside? Okay, maybe you take your FIP here from the high to the potential low that we're going to form over here. 382, 50% areas, always great profit taking areas. I will definitely take this as a scalp. With this massive volume here to the downside in this dump, I don't know if price is going to do this. Okay, it feels like it's still going to consolidate inside of this flag for a little bit longer before it just does a V-shaped recovery. Always a possibility, but I will be looking at, this is what I like. I like to look at area of confluence. I have a naked point of control. I have a 786. Price is consolidating. It is slowing down. It looks like it's losing momentum here to the downside. And now more locally, what I would like to see in this consolidation area is some local bullish CVD like we had during this range. There was just an insane amount of bullish CVD as price made higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, continuously forming bullish CVD, and then we have that massive breakout here to the upside. So I would also like to see some bullish CVD to confirm momentum back to the upside. Red candles for 3 months. People are bearish. Yes, I miss the short, 𝗬𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. Oh, you missed the short. Yes, I think a lot of people missed the short here to the downside. I didn't take the short. I was busy with other things. I was watching Andy's live stream. I was cooking dinner. I was too busy. And if I'm not in front of the PC, I don't like to take trades. So for me, you know, I don't have FOMO. I can be honest with you guys. I don't have FOMO when I see this. This morning when I woke up, I was like, oh man, if I left. So lesson for me as a trader, I still learn lessons as a trader. But what keeps me in the game is good risk management. Lesson for me during this consolidation, because I did see the continuous bullish CVD building up here, is that I should have maybe left 20% of my position open just for what if. Okay, but I mean, I don't regret not leaving the position open because it was still a successful trade. But lesson learned for me here is that with that constant bullish CVD over here, I could have left 20% of the position open for higher levels. Okay, and yeah, I didn't short. I think a lot of people missed the short here to the downside, but now at least we know how to trade it in future. You have a range low which you've lost. You have lost the trend. Okay, you get acceptance back below. You have bearish CVD building up against these pivots. So a couple of clues that you know that you need to keep an eye on for the next possible trade. Also, don't risk more than what you can afford to lose, because then you're going to bite your nails and hope that the price action plays out in your favor. Okay. Right, so I'm waiting for this naked point of control to be hit over here before I will make a trading decision. I just want to see if I do have daily levels in confluence. A little bit further down we have a daily level. Interesting. Okay, so I just want to okay, you guys can see still an untapped daily level over here. We have a naked point of control, we have a daily naked point of control, a daily level, so definitely a possibility for a bounce in this zone. Okay, so I'm just going to observe the price reaction, be patient, not risk more than what I can afford to lose, and ideally you want to see a little bit of a slowdown and a recovery back above these levels. Okay, that is where I will consider a long position. I will not consider a long position if price just slices through here like it doesn't exist. It retests the area as resistance and it continues the momentum to the downside. So very important to observe what's going to happen. Do we just slice through, have high time frame candle, closes below the levels, or does price slow down? It struggles to break through. Some bullish CVD building up to confirm momentum back to the upside. Okay, so this for me is the next trading opportunity, potential trading opportunity. Guys, 87 in the chat and just over 30 likes. You know what to do. Smash the like. Thanks, Mr. Crypto Big Brains. Yes, smash up the like for the education and the next tradable scenarios over here. Also, what I would like to mention is that if you guys would like altcoin requests, if I don't get to everything, and I'm sure no one wants to look at altcoins at the moment, because of this dump here from Bitcoin to the downside. If I don't get to your altcoin request, please post it in the video after the fact. I do read all the comments that you guys make. And if you have a question, a trading question, or you would like for me to discuss a potential altcoin in the next live stream, drop a comment and then I will go and analyze it and have it prepared for the live stream. Okay. Cool. Right, legends, that is basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. The other bearish scenario that I want to discuss, which the bears, I suppose, will love. Okay, let me take the fibs here out the way, go back onto the 1 hour time frame. Switch off the daily levels. Let's just clean it up a little bit over here. I just want to take the trends out the way as well. Okay, well, actually, wait, I need the trends. I want to take this one out the way. Okay. The other bearish scenario, which for now carries a little bit lower probabilities than the WXY that I've just shared with everyone, is, let me go into the 4 hour, make the candles a little bit thicker so everyone can see. Okay. Is this scenario over? Where did I save it? Yeah. No, not that one. You guys are most probably laughing at me. Is it this one? Yes, this one. Okay. This is the other bearish scenario that I'm currently watching. Okay, where you basically still have a WX, which is finished, and we are now busy with a triangle in a Y wave. Do you guys see how complex corrective structures is, or can like to be, in Elliott wave theory, where you will then complete the Y after you have done an A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is extremely bearish. If we are going to stay inside of this triangle, okay, and you have a clear invalidation, you have an invalidation at the B point, yeah, and you have an invalidation now at the C point that just formed. Okay, so I would really like to see the scenario get invalidated, because this is very bearish, and for the bears, you know, this is the scenario that you want to see play out. You do not want to see us take this low, and you do not want to see us take this high until D and E is complete. Okay, so what you would like to see is for us to maybe go tap the bottom of the range, go back up, tap the top of the range without taking these 2 points. Okay, and then we can expect a massive dump here to the downside, where we go and claim the low. Okay, so this is definitely something to keep in mind. If we are gonna just keep on ranging inside of this bull flag and form the D point, which we don't have yet, and we form the E point without taking this high and without taking this low, I'm gonna say once price gets here, I'm going to say, we need to start looking for shorts. We're not going to take this high. Legends, we need to start looking for shorts. So what the bulls basically want to see is a little bit more bearish price action. The bulls really actually want us to lose this trend. Okay, the bulls actually needs us to break down here, lose the B point, and find support below this area. Okay, thereby that's 0.618. Then this scenario is invalidated. If we lose, okay, this B point over here, then the scenario is invalidated, because the D point is not allowed to take the low of the B point, and so it goes. This is basically a bear flag. Okay, it's a bull flag because price comes from the bottom, but you're still forming a bear flag to confirm momentum here to the downside, where you're going to come and take the low. So I see all the heart emojis going up here, so I'm assuming a lot of people do like this structure. Okay, for now, this structure, I mean, is always a possibility. It carries slightly lower probabilities than I've shared with you guys in terms of the other structure. Is it this one? No. Okay, the WXY, which I don't know where I've saved it now, but basically, okay, I really need to go and clean up my folders. Okay, basically a WXY, Okay, that's what the bulls want to see. The bulls wants to see us lose this trend. So the bulls actually want a little bit more bearishness to go claim the liquidity below the low. It invalidates the ABCDE that I've just shown you, and there is still a chance to go and claim the high. This scenario still carries slightly higher probabilities, purely based from a technical perspective, where we still have bullish CVD against this pivot, bullish CVD against this pivot, against the lows that we're making over here. And I can just imagine if price had to come down here, you are still going to form more aggressive bullish CVD. So based on CVD from a technical perspective, you still have a higher probability of claiming the high. But I mean, we have to keep in the back of our minds, what if price does not claim the high? And all of a sudden, we see this to the downside. Okay, we need to be prepared. And I would say the easiest way to track this, the longer we consolidate inside of here, the higher the probability increases for this scenario to play out. Okay, this scenario. Okay, legends, remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, I've got Bluffin down in the description with a larger sign-up bonus, no KYC required, Bybit, 𝗖𝗄𝗿, where I take where I do all of my trading, okay, and it costs you nothing. You qualify for the biggest bonuses and the lowest fees by signing up and supporting the channel. Also, the trading community, don't forget about the trading community. If you'd like to be part of the trading community, go watch the video about myself and Andy. We have a free section, we have a pro section, and inside the pro section we do daily analysis. And I mean, this morning's analysis was not really that spot on, but it's risk management that keeps us in the game. We were expecting higher momentum when we had this breakout here to the upside, and then we got the dump, okay? And I got stopped out once out of a trade. I sat on my hands, I didn't enter the short, but I mean, I'm still in the game. I'm still now looking at the next trading opportunity. Okay, what else? What else? Current Elliott wave structure is extremely unstable and unreliable in this kind of structure. Okay. Yes, it's just there's always a bullish and a bearish case scenario, right? And I think there's a big misconception out in the market that Elliott wave counts, okay, can tell you exactly where the market is going. Yes, if you are on one side of the fence and you only count bullish structure, by all means. And if you're on the other side of the fence and all you see is bearish structures, you will always be biased towards one direction. And then your scenario gets invalidated and you don't know why. And then you think that Elliott wave theory is a load of crap. What I like about Elliott wave theory is that you should always have a bullish and a bearish case scenario. So depending on what price action gives you and the levels from a Fibonacci perspective, where the targets are, you can see high levels of confluence for a trading opportunity. So I can tell you guys now, what I love about Elliott wave theory is that I know that if we're going to continue ranging, bounce here, not take the high, not take the low, and we still do two bounces here, we increase the probabilities of coming to take the low. So this is why I like Elliott wave theory. If we lose the structure here to the downside, I know that there's a probability that this is still a WXY here to the upside, where we could still go and take the high if we lose the structure here to the downside. So it gives me so if this scenario had to play out and we fall here, I'm going to say that most likely you're going to get a bounce and you're going to fall down again, okay? Retest the area of, that you've lost. So it's all about having a bullish and a bearish case scenario and having your levels marked out, okay? You need to have your levels marked out, your daily levels, your weekly levels, your monthly levels, and trade those possible trading high levels of confluence. Hey bro, this is a good, you're doing great. Info and music in background is good. Thank you so much. Donald Duck 88, thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you being here. 5% profit long from double down from 63.50. Okay, cool. So have you taken a long over here? Just trying to find. Oh, you've taken a short. 5% profit long from double down from. Okay, I'm not sure I understand that comment.
Okay, hi 𝗬𝗍𝗽, welcome to the live stream. Why is the dump to 49k not coming now? Okay, because I think there's still a couple of, there's still unfinished business within the structure. So if I go into the daily time frame, okay, I just want to point out, let me just clean up the chart over here, okay. I am not leaning towards bullish or bearishness at the moment. I'm playing the price action that I see in front of me from a day trading perspective. From a larger time frame perspective, the probabilities are still higher, okay, that this structure is corrective. Like I pointed out during the beginning of the live stream, the probabilities are still higher that this structure is corrective, even if we go down to $42,000. There is still a chance for the bulls. You just really don't want to see us take this low. So definitely, okay, this looks bearish. We go and take the low again, okay, maybe even here by $43,000, $42,000, but you don't really want to see us claim this low over here again. So definitely a possibility where you then recover and you go and complete the bull market here to the upside. Okay, so until we've taken the invalidation point over here, and this structure still looks corrective, where we've tapped the 0.88, 0.88, 0.88, there's still a higher chance for us to go and claim the highs, okay, before we just dump down to $9,000 and go and claim that all famous CME gap. Cool. Legends, thank you so much for joining. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do any altcoin analysis at the moment. I did enter a couple of swing positions this morning that I shared with the legends as well. For now, they are still valid. I've opened a small little swing position on Atom. I just saw, you know, just the break of the trend over here. I mean, I have a clear invalidation. I don't know if it's going to find upwards momentum over here, but I mean, I'm not risking more than what I can afford to lose. And, like, you know, even with the dump that Bitcoin did here to the downside, it still looks, you know, intact. ILV is still above trend over here. There's a potential long opportunity that I discussed and so forth. I also posted this morning on my X page the total 3. Okay, so if you are bullish on altcoins, what you would like to see is, okay, first, what I really like to see is we tap the 0.618 level over here. Really beautiful, and it looks like we're forming this massive bull flag over here on the total 3. Basically, the money that needs to flow into the alts to give us that alt season that everyone is waiting for. Also, when I measure the impulse and I measure the correction, the 1-to-1 has not been hit just as yet. Okay, so maybe we're still going to range inside here, hit the 1-to-1, where we will potentially get the breakout to the upside to go and complete the 5th wave, where this looks very like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that still needs to be completed, and this is also in alignment with the Bitcoin structure at the moment. So for those of you that are bullish on alts and that are building spot positions like myself, I'm still buying up the dips. Okay, nothing has changed from my trading perspective. I'm still buying up the dips from a spot perspective. I do acknowledge that we found support at the 0.618. I also acknowledge that we can go down to the 786, maybe a fake out here to the downside. You get acceptance back above, and then you have the breakout, because we still have nice support, okay, from the total market, total 3 here at the moment. And we have not tapped the 1-to-1 extension. So ideally what you would like to see is a beautiful balance. Okay, you have a nice impulse to the upside, you have a 1-to-1 extension from a corrective perspective, and then you expect the low to be close, or if not in already. Maybe the low is in already, I don't know. Okay, and we're going to come down here, make a higher low, and continue momentum here to the upside. Cool. Thanks, Legends, for joining. I appreciate everyone for being here. Remember that you can leave comments after the stream in the comment section. If there's any altcoin you would like me to check out, or a trading question that you would like to have answered, I will tackle that in the next live stream. Have yourselves an awesome evening. Thanks, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, for your support here on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.